The uglier you go to bed, the prettier you wake up. So let's do my like 20-step skincare routine so that tomorrow I'll be looking good. Morning shed routine, let's get into it.
Oh, what? You don't have a morning shred routine? No, not okay. Come with me. Let me show you how I do this entire thing.
For the chin strap, that just helps keep this jawline snatched, okay? And that is my morning shed nighttime routine.
The uglier you go to bed, the prettier you'll wake up. I don't make the rules, I just talk about them. Welcome back everyone. Today's video, we are going to be discussing what currently is all over my FYP, and that is the morning shed. If you have not heard of the morning shed, well, we're gonna watch a few videos together. I'm going to react to a few that I think look interesting that I have seen on the internet. And I'm just gonna give my thoughts on the morning shed routine, why I don't necessarily believe in it, and what I do instead. I've been having a lot of fun doing these commentary videos. If there's any other videos that you wanna see, trends that you're interested in talking about, please definitely do let me know. But the morning shed routine, I think we just need to watch the videos so you can see it for yourself.
Word on the street is baddies are going to bed looking like this now. Girl, what? You don't have a morning shred routine? No, not okay. Come with me. Let me show you how I do this entire thing. Girl, you gotta get yourself one of these. I hope I'm about to pronounce this correctly. We're gonna use a Pacific green tea collagen mask. Yeah. This is the #1 ingredient to your morning shred. It feels so good already. It's a little bit scary. I feel like every it girl just has to have this. Just wait till you wake up and your skin looks porcelain. I cannot live without this. Baddies let their hair air dry. Come on now. So I'm gonna spray some of this Lush leave-in conditioner in my hair. It smells so freaking good. Lips back in. I know you know about this one. Lip stain. I've used this before, but we have a new shade today. Pink 03. I'm sorry, girl, but you haven't lived until you try lip stain. She's a game changer. Moving on to Heatless curls. My fave. Clip this hoe on. When I tell you your hair is gonna look like you just got a blowout, like, no bitch, I just slept in heatless curls. This is the ultimate lazy girl hack, seriously. Sorry, this is not gonna be the most aesthetic. Gonna use a little scrunchie, scrunch it up. This is the fun part. Yeah, ladies, we're wearing a chin strap to bed, okay? Do you want that jawline snatched or not? Come on. This is so wild. Like, this is the part that makes you look insane. And we're just gonna strap her on. I'm so excited about this. I can like barely talk right now. I just got this on Amazon. Of course it's pink. Oh my god, was I supposed to do the chin strap and then this? Oh shit. Girl, I don't even know my own routine. My bad. I hope my hair looks really nice when I wake up. I'm so excited. I've actually never tried this yet. I'm just gonna finish it up with some lash serum. Your girl wants long lashes for summer. Come on now. And the morning shed is complete. Come to part 2 where I take this all off in the morning.
Okay. Okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the morning shed routine. That is the idea that you are going to bed ugly so you can wake up hot. Okay, I made a few notes. I learned from my last video that I should make notes while I'm watching these videos because I just watch a couple seconds in the beginning. If I think it looks interesting, I just save it so you can get my actual reaction online. But so that's why I'm like making notes so I can touch on things. Listen, I love a collagen mask. I just mentioned the Medicube collagen masks in my February favorites video, but I do not think that you need to sleep with these overnight. And I actually did a little bit of digging into doing masks like this overnight, and there is actually some insight that it could be drying out your skin over time. When I put on again, for example, the mask from Medicube, it takes about an hour, maybe an hour and a half for it to dry completely down. Because when you put it on, it's like a little bit pink and then it dries completely clear. And that takes about an hour and a half, I'm gonna say 2 hours tops. So I put it into my night routine and it's just something that I put on. I drink my hot chocolate, I read a book, I finish work, whatever it may be. And then it's dry because overnight, if you're sleeping with it on for like 6-7 hours, it eventually does get dry. And then I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like you're like suffocating your skin with it on. I don't know, that I could be wrong. But I did see some people who know a little bit more about things than I did suggest that it can actually dry out your skin over time, which is literally the opposite of what you're trying to do with a collagen mask. She did mention, what'd she say, baddies let our hair air dry. Okay, queen, I have been on a hair journey. So, you know, I'm all about that, using less heat on the hair. I do think heatless curls, she mentions those as well. Heatless curls is a great way to not be able to put a lot of heat on your hair. When I had really long hair extensions, I did heatless curls all the time. You could use socks, you can use a robe belt. There are some brands that do sell heatless curl sets. Like I have one from Kitsch that I've purchased. And also sleeping in that silk bonnet. I do also think, this is same when I was talking about hygiene routines in one of my last videos, is when you look at these, you don't have to do step by step every single thing that they're saying, but maybe there's one or two things that you're like, oh, like maybe I should try that out. For me, one thing that I take away from this morning shed is almost everyone's doing heatless curls, a bonnet, or some form of protecting their hair while they sleep. I'm a big fan of this. If you know me at all, I love my Kitsch scrunchies. There's these big silk sleeping scrunchies. I use them all of the time and I wear them every single night in bed. I put all of my hair up into a bun. I secure it with this silk scrunchie. I also have silk pillowcases, again from Kitsch. And that is what I use. So when I'm sleeping, I'm not, you know, kind of tangling my hair up in the pillowcases, less breakage, less frizz, all of those things. So that is something that I definitely agree with. I don't like the lip stains at all. I've tried the lip stains. I feel like I have PTSD from the lip stains because I stained my teeth right before my brother's wedding and I was a bridesmaid. I also, this is just my personal opinion. I don't mean to sound catty at all, but like, when I see people using that lip stain and like taking it off in the morning, I genuinely don't think that it's a good look. And that's just me. It's different for everybody. You probably are like, I don't like the shirt you're wearing. That's fine. That's totally fine. But I just don't think that the lip stains look natural. That's why I didn't like it for myself, because everyone's being like, this is how you get like these naturally lined lips. And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see it personally. I didn't see it on me. I don't see it on other people. Also, you don't have to sleep with a lip stain on. You can wear a lip stain for 20 minutes. Like you can put your lip stain on and then do your makeup or do your hair or get dressed and then take it off. Like why we're having to sleep in all of these things is like a little bit confusing to me. Then we have the chin strap. Oh, I wrote down funny. She's funny. She is funny. That was a funny video, okay? That was very entertaining for me to watch. The chin strap. I don't know, guys. I'm sure there's evidence and it's doing so. Honestly though, I've never been more insecure about my jawline until watching these morning shed videos. I've never been more insecure about my jawline. And I'm like, because I've seen people using the like mouth tape, these chin straps. I'm like, okay. And then we also have a lash serum. For me, I have not been a fan of lash serums in the past. I either feel like they irritate my eyes or they just don't work. But one thing I have incorporated into my night routine is castor oil. But I've actually been doing it to help with my dry eye. And this came from my comment section, and thank you. I commend you all, because I was really suffering with dry eye, really, to the point where I was kind of getting afraid to drive. I do castor oil now on my lashes because it is supposed to help hair growth with lashes, brows, hair, all the things. And then I also do a mask. I bought this heated mask off of Amazon. Any products that I mention, I will have them linked down below. I have my Amazon storefront, all the things. But I will put on this, I just heat it up in the fridge No. I heat it up in the microwave for like 30 seconds and I wear it for 10 minutes. Again, I'm not sleeping with it on overnight. Like the castor oil stays on overnight, but like I just put this mask on for 10 minutes. It feels really nice. I take it off, I go to sleep. So there's that. That's what I do instead of a lash serum. Those are just a few of my thoughts on that first video, but let's watch another one.
Morning shed routine, let's get into it. Ooh, hair is looking a little crazy. Let's take the mask off. Skin is looking good. Okay, let's do the hair. This part is so satisfying. We're just gonna pull it up. Okay, we gotta brush this out. She's cute. Let's do our lips now. This part is always so satisfying. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god. I like to take a baby wipe and blend out this liner. Just a little bit so it's not as harsh. Let's add some lip mask. And we're done.
Okay, the noises in that one. Okay, these videos are entertaining to me, all right? Again, we have similar patterns. We have the heatless curls. She has the, what I'm assuming is a collagen mask on, and then the lip stain. But I don't mean to say this because she's obviously, so everyone is so beautiful. I just don't think a lip stain looks natural or good. And she even said I have to take a baby wipe to blend it out. why can't, like, listen, City Beauty just came out with these new lip liners. I wore this all day yesterday. It didn't move. I was taking it off at night and I was like, oh my gosh, it was my friend's birthday. I was eating birthday cake. I was eating donuts. We had Thai food for dinner. Like, my lip liner didn't move. It didn't move. So, I don't know. Let's watch another one.
This is my morning shed nighttime routine. I start off by double cleansing. I use this cleansing oil to remove my makeup. Then I wash my face with this face wash by Province. I really love this cleanser. It smells really good and it doesn't dry out my skin. Next, I go in with this Anua Heartleaf 77 toner. I really love this toner. It really calms my skin. Finally, I put on my bonnet. Next, the star of the show is this Medicube Collagen Night Wrapping Mask. I put this on my face and then I let it dry. I put on my mouth tape. Now, you're probably wondering why I use mouth tape. So I hate to admit it, I'm a little bit of a snorer. I heard the baddies are snorers. I don't know, that's what I heard. But snoring is bad for your health, actually. And taping your mouth encourages you to breathe through your nose, which helps improve oxygenation. It reduces snoring and even promotes deeper, more restorative sleep. So I'm a fan. Now for the chin strap, that just helps keep this jawline snatched, okay? And that is my morning shed nighttime routine.
Alrighty, okay, so I thought this one was interesting because she kind of went through some of her skincare routine as well. I'm a big fan of double cleansing, removing your makeup, and then cleaning your face. Big fan of that. Again, she had the bonnet on. I love that this is something that we are talking about more and more because it probably was just in the last couple of years that I feel like I've heard people talk about, you know, protecting your hair while you sleep, getting the silk pillowcases, the bonnets, the scrunchies, the heatless curls. I think all of that is great. That's, you know, and I love seeing like so many people doing that. She does the peel off mask. I've seen this mask from Medicube going around. Again, that really, I feel like the morning shed is really coming. I'm sure it's not, but I feel like it's really coming from like literally shedding your skin in the morning, which would give me some anxiety. We also had mouth tape. So this is the first one that we're seeing with mouth tape, which I have seen really going around. I've seen brands coming out with mouth tape and that sort of thing. She talks about how it's to help support better sleep, breathing through the nose, oxygen levels. I'm just gonna say, for me personally, I am claustrophobic and I think that I would cry if I had, and I've never tried it myself, so I don't know if you've tried mouth tape and you've noticed a difference. Please do let us know. I just feel like this would ruin my sleep, and to me this is kind of the underlying issue that I have with the morning shed routine that I'm going to get into, but I feel like this would actually disrupt my sleep more than anything, and at the end of the day we do call it beauty sleep for a reason. But again, she had the chin strap on there, so okay, let's go with another one. Okay, this one has music over it, so I'm gonna talk through it. So it looks like she is taking off a mask. She also has the mouth tape. She did have the heatless curls in. Her hair looks beautiful. Okay, so we're going into some skincare. Looks like she has a red light device. I love a red light device. She's got her lip oil, hair oil. All right, okay, girl. One thing that I will say that I was just talking about, her caption on this video is the uncomfy sleep is worth the results. I feel like where I have my biggest issue with this, and it's like we're now promoting getting worse sleep in order to somehow achieve these like super hot results in the morning. This is where I have the most amount of issue with these morning shed routines, and it's why I'm not taking them seriously. I'm viewing these morning shed routines as more entertainment than it is education, and I think when it comes down to viewing content these days, there is a really big difference between entertainment and education, and we as viewers have to use that critical thinking that I've talked about in videos. I always feel like when I do this, I think of like Ross and Friends. Like, we have to use our own critical thinking to be like, is this something that's realistic? Is it realistic to me? Is it a problem area in my life? And that sort of thing. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at these videos and taking away 1 to 2 things that you think could up-level your life in some way or could help a problem area. But when I read the caption of the uncomfy sleep is worth the results, I wasn't a fan of that. But let's watch another one.
The uglier you go to bed, the prettier you wake up. So let's do my like 20-step skincare routine so that tomorrow I'll be looking good. I have everything I need in this box, so let's get started. What are you even doing?
Oh,
what are you?
You're filming a video?
Yes.
Right now?
First step, we're gonna take off the makeup that I do have on and cleanse my face.
So what's the point of all this?
Oh my gosh.
Look at my skin, and I've never done skincare.
Okay. Step number 1, we need to put on these masks. We have under eye and brow mask. These are reusable, so you can just use any serum you like and you can put it on the mask and then put it on your eye.
Which one's for your eyebrows?
The other one, not this one. These feel so good already. This is the brow mask. This is essential. Next, we're gonna throw on a V-line collagen mask before we put on the strap.
What strap exactly?
You'll see. I'm gonna go around my ears.
It's a chin strap?
Okay, so this is going to go on my chin. It already feels so good. It's gonna give you a snatched jawline. And then on top of that, we're gonna put the actual bandage. Okay, so this bandage, I'm gonna need to take this off. Wait.
Don't you need to hear through those holes?
Okay, that's better.
I think this is a knee pad.
No, it's not. I forgot to put on my smile line masks. These are for your smile lines. So one is going to go here.
This is not normal.
And then the other one will go here, and then we're just gonna put that strap back. I'll do heatless curls and then the hair wrap, but I'm gonna skip the heatless curls tonight and just do the hair wrap. Hair care is just as important, so we're gonna wrap my hair in a silk bonnet so that it's protected. Can you hold my hair up? Then we're gonna finish it off with some mouth tape so to make sure that you don't breathe through your mouth at night.
Is that making contact with your mouth at all?
Yeah, you can't open your mouth more than this. Okay, I think we're done. I actually can still kind of talk, so I'm gonna go to bed and we'll see what I look like in the morning.
Okay. When she said 20 steps, that's literally as far as I made it into the video, and I clicked save. I was like, we're gonna watch this one, because sometimes I really do feel like less can be more. I'm coming to you as someone who wears like such minimal makeup and is a beauty channel, but like I really do feel like sometimes less can be more. Okay, we had a lot going on. When she said the brow mask was essential, I laughed a little bit because I've never worn a brow mask, and I feel like I'm, you know, my birthday's coming up. I'm almost 38 years old. I've never worn a brow mask, but here we are. We still kicking. The chin strap, that was the first time I saw someone put a mask underneath and then do the like actual strap. I was cracking up when he said like it's like a knee brace. The guy was funny. I don't know what he was doing with the razor, but like things like that are to increase engagement. Just like a little tip from creators. Like that's usually done to like increase engagement, right? And then the smile line, wow, there's a lot that like I watch these videos and I'm like, ooh, you can really, like I said, feeling insecure about my jawline. Like it is very simple to watch these videos and be like, wow, now I'm gonna have insecurities about all these different things. Like, okay. When the guy said this is not normal, I like really had to agree with him. You know, she wears the bonnet, she has the mouth tape on because heaven forbid you breathe through your mouth while you sleep. That's just not acceptable these days. But that was a very, you know, long routine, and those are the videos that I want to watch for today, because I feel like it helps us get an idea of what exactly this morning shed routine and what exactly is being promoted with them. Like I said, I did a similar video to this on hygiene routines and how hygiene routines are really trending right now, and kind of give my thoughts on them. I really enjoyed making that video because with these more commentary videos that I do try to give like some different thoughts and some different perspectives. I try not to just like, I don't mean any hate towards any of these creators. I think a lot of these videos are very entertaining. I think there can be some value that we can take away from them. Like I said, 1 to 2 things that you think, you know, could help you in your routine. And at the end of the day, I think with social media, like I said in my hygiene video, I think it's really great that we're talking about topics that weren't always previously discussed. And I feel like once I kind of decided to look a little bit deeper into videos on trends and different things like that, and I started to understand like, wow, we now have women that feel so comfortable going online to share stories about periods, about infertility, about mental health, about depression. My last video that I just did, I talked about how I suspected that I perhaps have undiagnosed ADHD. That is not a video that I don't think, even though I had so much anxiety posting that video, that's not a video even a few months ago that I think that I would have felt confident posting online. But once I started to really look at these different videos and think more about it, that's when I started to feel like I do want to keep, this is the whole reason why I started social media, was to kind of share my stories and things that I'm going through and hopefully be able to help others who can relate to it. And then the more I think about the things that we are comfortable, the topics that we are comfortable talking about with online, I want to, you know, continue to do my part in why I, you know, have this channel and have these platforms. Now, is that to say that, again, we need to believe and, you know, just go out and change all of our routines just because something is trending? No. And that's where I really stress the emphasis of entertainment versus education. And I think today in social media world, a lot of it is for entertainment. A lot of it is for virality. And I do think that there's a very slippery slope on that. And it's a topic that I want to dive into in a future video as well, because it's something that's very interesting to me that I've seen throughout the years. I started in social media in 2009, so I've seen a lot of changes in this industry over, you know, more than a decade now. But I do think that is something that is important. And again, it always goes back to us as the consumers and as the viewers. Like, what are we actually purchasing? What do we actually need? Do we have critical thinking when we're going to the store? So that's just always something that I want to pull from that. But like I said, I do think there are some things in here that are beneficial. We talk about the hair, we talk about the heatless curls. One thing that I've started doing recently as well is hair oiling, and I do this once a week and I put it into my night routine. But I do hair oil on my scalp. I do a mask from my mid to my ends, and then I either sleep with my hair in a microfiber towel or I have it up in my Kitsch scrunchie once again. So that's been a part of my night routine, and I feel like it's really helped with my hair journey that I'm on. So there are those little things that you can take away. Like I said, I really like the collagen masks. I don't think that you need to leave them on for as long as you do. Having the masks, I do think, can be beneficial as well. Do I think this is something like, I hope this isn't their every night routine. Same way with the hygiene routine, when people talk about like showering and like cleansing their body twice and exfoliating twice, I'm like, you're not doing this every day, right? So I have to think the same with the morning shed, that like they're probably, maybe this is like a once a week situation, because also like I don't feel like you need to heatless curl your hair every single night. Like when I would do heatless curls, those curls would last 3-4 days. So I'm like, surely they're not doing this every night or using a mask every single night, or you know, we don't need to do these things every single night. So I do get if this is like a once a week thing, that it's like, oh, this is my night to really like go all out. Like, sure, you know, I can see things like that. I'm gonna go back to when I talked about the uncomfortable sleep and the interrupted sleep, because to me, I think this is my biggest issue with the morning shed and what it is promoting, is to me, it's essentially taking away a good night's sleep, which sleep is a highly researched and studied topic, and how beneficial it is to the bodies. And, you know, I think I mentioned like we call it beauty sleep for a reason. But if you start to take away your quality of sleep, that to me is where I have the issue. And I was diagnosed in 2022 with adrenal PCOS. And what adrenal PCOS means is that my symptoms are brought on by stress. And my doctor was like, we really need to look at your lifestyle. We need to make some changes. And we also need to focus on your sleep. That was one of the first things that she told me that we had to focus on, was getting quality sleep and focusing on quality versus quantity. Like, I don't care if you get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. If it's crummy sleep, that's not going to do you any good. If you get 5 hours of sleep, but it's quality sleep, that's going to be better for you than for your health. And that was one of the first things that I really tried to take into account, was getting better sleep, was getting a good night routine. And having a good sleep routine and a good night routine doesn't have to be super expensive, and it doesn't have to be filled with going out and buying a bunch of new products. One of the easiest ways to start with a good night routine, maybe I'll do a whole video on this on my second channel. I'm gonna go back to the word routine here. So it's steps that you do every single night, right? So one thing that I really started to focus on is, what is my night routine? So one thing that I do every single night is I have a candle in my bedroom. When I am getting ready to wind down to go to sleep, I light that candle. That is the only time I light the candle in my room, is when I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Even if I'm in my room during the day, I'm cleaning, I'm reading, I'm doing whatever, I do not light that candle. That candle is my night routine. So that instantly is sending like a signal to my brain of like, now we're starting to wind down. Now the workday is over. Now you're not gonna go back to your laptop. I work from home and I'm a workaholic. You're not going back to your laptop now because you lit this candle. Now this is your night routine. And that is one such a simple, easy step. Maybe it's turning on a lamp in your room. Maybe it's closing your curtains. That used to be one of my big things too before I started sleeping with my curtains open, was I would pull the curtains down at night, and that was like, oh, night routine. You know, so like just different things like that that puts me into that mode that this is going to be my night routine. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be a big step. It doesn't have to be a big change. But if you do it repeatedly night after night and you make it your routine, now it's like my brain kind of automatically is like, ah, and here we are, we're about to sleep. So it's different things like that that can get you into your routine. A few other things that I did, you know, things that are really obvious, not watching TV at night, not being on my phone, blue light, that sort of thing. One thing that I do is I read physical books at night. I typically read on my Kindle all day long, which doesn't have blue light, but still it's the act of taking a device away from me and putting a physical book in my hand. That is another part of my night routine, having that book. Journaling, I do all of my journaling at night. I do gratitude journaling at night. I write down, you know, goals and affirmations at night. Another thing that I do that helped me that I was working with my doctor about was different supplements that I bring into my night routine. I'm a big fan of Reishi at night. It helps support relaxation. So this is something that I take nightly as well. I know I've had a lot of my friends who struggle with sleep start to take Reishi, and they always tell me what a difference that they noticed with it. I use the brand Aversio Wellness. I talk about them all the time. They have functional mushrooms, and they are some of my favorites. I use lion's mane to help me with concentration, since I do struggle with symptoms that could be similar to ADHD. And then I also use things like turkey tail to help boost my immune system. And I use Reishi to help sleep at night. So again, those are always linked in my description box. I have a discount code if you ever want to try them out, which is just Samantha with Aversio Wellness. You can also do like magnesium at night. That helps to support relaxation. So different things like that. Sometimes drinking a tea or a hot chocolate, you know, that'll be a part of my night routine. And then of course, skincare. And I'm gonna go into a little bit of this of, you know, that last video we watched, she said, this is my 20-step night routine. I think at the end of the day, there's different things that we can do with our lifestyle that will help us be hotter in the morning. One, I'm gonna say it again, you're gonna get a good night's sleep. That's what's gonna be good for you. Two, like, yes, if you want to use, you know, these masks and sort of things, but like having good skincare, I do think is an important thing, but I don't think that it's the only thing. I think skincare is a good supplement to having good skin, but also your lifestyle is as well. Even something like just making sure that you have a good SPF and you're wearing it during the day, your face, your neck, your hands, you know, all of those things that can be so beneficial to you. One of the biggest differences that I've noticed with my skin as someone who is more acne prone, again, I have PCOS, so I can really deal with hormonal acne, cutting down on refined sugar, drinking a lot of water, and cutting out alcohol. Like, your lifestyle and what is going on inside is such a huge determining factor of your beauty on the outside. So those are just some things, like, I don't feel like we need to layer on 20 different products on our skin at night. And this is just my opinion, but I just don't feel like we need to layer on 20 different products if we have a lifestyle going on. And this is where I go into talking about trends versus lifestyle. And you know, when I talk about healthy habits, and it's a subject that I can get really fired up about, I have a whole second channel about healthy habits, but I try to talk about routines and healthy habits as a lifestyle overall, and not just as something trendy that you're going to do right now. And it's why I talk about not making a ton of changes all at one time, because it's too overwhelming, it's too much for us, and it doesn't allow you to ease into a new lifestyle. Like I talked with the night routine, instead of trying to do all of this skincare at night and take all of these supplements at night and start reading at night and start journaling at night and doing all of these things all at one time, just start with one thing. Just light a candle. Drink a tea. Pick one thing. Pick one thing that works for you and do that every single day until it becomes your routine, until it becomes normal. In the hygiene video, when I was talking about my morning routine, I was like, my morning routine is so down pat, I will wake up and automatically start doing it. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think, okay, what is gonna be my next step? I can sleepwalk into my bathroom and start my morning routine because I have done it so much. And that's what I'm hoping that we can get to with these routines and lifestyle changes. Don't just dump everything on you all at one time. Try one thing, and because maybe that one thing won't work for you. So after you try it for a few weeks, if it doesn't feel normal, if you don't, you know, notice improvements or changes, try something else. And then stick with it. Once you find something that works for you, stick with it until it's routine, until it's second skin for you. And then maybe add in something else. That's how you build healthy habits into your routine, not by just dumping everything all at once and trying to make a huge lifestyle change. So that's one thing that I want to say. And going back to skincare, I do think there are products that are, you know, obviously great for us. One thing that I've been talking about recently that I felt for a while was simply just a trend is red light. I started seeing everyone talking about red light, everyone promoting red light, and I'm like, all right. And then I actually started trying it, and I've noticed a huge improvement in my skin to the point where this has now become a part of my night routine. To me, this is what has been helping to fade my acne scars, especially on my cheeks. But to me, instead of having to, again, layer on 20 different masks and do all these different things to my face and peel off my skin in the morning and all of that, I take 12 minutes at night and I use the Solawave wand, 3 minutes on 4 different sections of my face and my neck, and that is it. I usually read a book while it's happening, or, you know, I just sit there reading or drink my hot chocolate or whatever it may be. It takes me 12 minutes and that is it. So I go back to like the less is more and finding products that do actually work for you and are actually benefiting you, and you can actually see the improvements. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it is a hit or miss, and sometimes you think this is a trend, but I think it would really work for me, and you try it and it just doesn't. That's okay. Then we can, you know, just move on from that. But I think that's one of the hard parts because trends move so quickly. It feels like every month there's a new trend. Like right now I'm seeing obviously the morning shed, but I'm seeing like DIY beauty. Like stop going to the salon, stop going to the spa. Here's everything that you can do at home, from your brows to your hair to your nails to your tan. Like I kind of want to do a video on DIY beauty because I feel like it's really kind of taking over these days. But at the end of the day, there are things that you can do that are not as time consuming and aren't taking away something as like scientifically proven is good for you as sleep. I just really, that caption of like the uncomfy sleep is worth it. I'm like, oh, that hurts my soul, because I just don't think that I agree with that. Also, to me, like I mentioned, being claustrophobic, like I don't think I would get a good sleep with all of this on, with a mask on, with multiple masks on, with tape over my mouth, with something holding my chin like that. I just don't think I would get good sleep, and I don't want to lose that, because for me, I was able to see when I started to focus on my night routine and getting good sleep, I saw how much of a benefit that gave. When I was struggling with my PCOS symptoms, I had gained 30 pounds in 3 months. I was constantly bloated. I couldn't eat food though. I started to throw up my food because I was full all of the time. I had horrible acne. My hair was falling out. I was like, my brain fog. I was tired all the time. And making those lifestyle changes, and especially focusing on sleep and stress, which also go hand in hand, those were some of the biggest turnarounds that I made. And then I started making changes with food and, you know, so on and so forth. So I just think good sleep has like a direct tie to beauty and being hot. I use that very loosely. So that's one of the big takeaways that I want to share is like lifestyle versus trends. Eating well, staying hydrated, you know, having a good SPF or staying out of the sun. You know, that's something that we've known for over the years that is good for you. That I think is really important versus just, you know, constantly changing up as the trends come and go. Obviously that leads to overconsumption as well. That's something that we talk about in a lot of these videos, and is it really necessary for it? But at the end of the day, you know, I think like the beauty community is definitely never going to run out of money. There's always going to be a new trend that's coming about. There's always going to be new products. There's always going to be new ways to prey on our insecurities. Like I mentioned with like my jawline, like I've never been insecure about my jawline. My underarms, you know, in the hygiene video, I was like, I don't think I've ever really thought twice about my underarms. Maybe sometimes when I have like razor burn or something like that. But I'm like, I've never thought. Now I'm literally Googling how to use glycolic acid on my underarms, because I was like, that's a new insecurity unlocked. But that is really where I want to wrap up my thoughts on the morning shed. I just started seeing a lot of these videos popping up and I thought they would make for an interesting topic to talk about. I would love to know what your night routine looks like. Have you ever done a morning shed like this? Again, it's not something I've done, but there's a few different things that they have mentioned that I thought like, oh yeah, like that's something that I do, or something that I think could be beneficial, or something for me to look into, do my own research on and see what I think of it if it's something that I think could be beneficial. Just another reminder that sometimes social media is more for entertainment value purposes than it is for education. And it's just like my reminder to myself that we don't have to feel insecure about literally absolutely everything about us, and you are fabulous the way that you are. That's also like my daily reminder to myself as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun with it. I'll see you in the next one.